Welcome back to A Celtic State of Mind. I just wanted to come on and thank everybody for their incredible contribution to what has been a quite unbelievable charity fundraising event. We have raised a quite phenomenal amount, which is now topping £17,000. £17,410 we've raised for the birthplace of Celtic Football Club, St Mary's. And I think that big, massive thank you to every single person who has been able to give us any kind of contribution, and also to everybody who's been involved in the lineup today. So today we had Endless Celts opening up the Saturday lineup. We then had Celtic Down Under, our friends who are based in Australia and in actually Japan as well. And then after that, we had Tony Curran. The interview with Tony was very well received. Really, really enjoyed that. We have also had a brilliant contribution from 67 Hail Hail with Hamish and John. Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Celtic Supporters Podcast, fairly new to the podcasting game, but it was brilliant to catch up with Dell. We've agreed to get him back on the show at some point in the future. We share reference points when it comes to Celtic. And also, we had a brilliant conversation between Brian Degnan of the Celtic State of Mind and Celtic Shared, speaking about massive issues between the fans and the club at this moment in time. We then welcomed the two Ryans and Kieran into the studio. Celtic the Thunder came in. And yes, they did enjoy the cakes. That was at 3:00. And then myself, Declan and Tony Haggerty jumped on to give you a wee bit of Axom, which was very enjoyable as well. There was a musical interlude, an unplugged session for 45 minutes or so. Then it was Tony and me again before the headliners, the Unrestricted View, saw us through to 9:00, by which time I said to the guys beforehand, we're £90 short of £17,000. And as I say, we've smashed through that now. £17,410 is where we're sitting. Tomorrow, we're going out again for 12 hours, and I'm going to run through what the lineup's going to be. We're going to kick off with the Patriot game, who were going to be scheduled for today, but these things are quite fluid, and we were able to swap them in to tomorrow morning. Then the Axom team will take over for a bit. We'll cover the Dundee United game. During that game, we will also have various guests in the studio who will be involved in the shows afterwards. So Tommy Sheridan and Frank McGarvey are in the studio, and they will be going live at 2:00 in the afternoon. We'll then have our friends at the Huddle Breakdown at 3:00, followed by the Celtic Exchange, who are also coming into the studio. Can't wait to meet them. E-Tims, they were with us last year. They're coming back for the 5:00 slot. We'll also hear from Glasgow is Green, 4 Tims in a podcast, and then we will finalise the fundraiser, the charity weekender, by coming on for an hour with whoever else is left in the studio at that point, and we'll talk about Celtic. One of the high points of last year was 4 Tims in a pod, so I'm looking forward to their performance this year as well. We'll follow it up through the week on the Axon Bulletin by promoting about 30 items that we're now going to auction, many of which were given to us by our friends at the Penalty Spot in Sword Street in Glasgow, just to help with the fundraiser. So the whole point of me coming on for the last 5 minutes of tonight is just to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think that we done something special last year in raising £27,000 for 4 charities, and we're on our way to doing something very, very special. I can already tell you that the amount we've raised is a game-changing amount for St Mary's. So thank you all so very much. And hopefully you can join us again tomorrow. We're going to cover the entire game against Dundee United, so it'll be a watch-along. So get involved in the comments section. I'm going to have a quick look at the comments, actually, just while we're here. And let me have a wee look. Well done, Axon. Thank you very much, Egyptian King. You're commenting on YouTube. KGM. Brilliant. Thank you very much. And yeah, absolutely incredible, Helen. Absolutely incredible to raise so much cash for a very worthy cause, and one that's very close to the hearts of Celtic Football Club. Looking forward to tomorrow's lineup. I'm looking forward to that as well. Martin, welcome to the stream. You're hailing from Coventry, and it's great to hear from you as well. Donny Boy 67, get onto Dell's pod on a Sunday. Yeah, that's the first time I've spoken to Dell. It was brilliant, and superb effort. Yeah, it's been a superb effort by everybody who's been involved. An auction, yeah, we've been collecting things leading up to it. We've got lots of signed and framed goods, things like Bertie Auld canvases signed Bertie jerseys, signed Danny McGrain prints, signed Danny jerseys, multi-signed home and away jerseys, all Celtic related. We've got a pair of Callum McGregor shorts framed and signed. Don't know if they're washed. We've got a Christian Gamboa. Tony, he was one of the right backs that Tony Ralston seen off at Celtic Park, wasn't he? Gamboa. But we kept his jersey and it's signed, and I'll find out if it's been match worn as well. Some brilliant stuff. We've even got like a big Verve print for anybody who's into the Verve. We've got a big Verve print as well. So thank you very much. It's been an amazing day, says Kevin 14. So much great content brought together by a common cause. Absolutely. And I think, you know, something Tony said earlier was everybody does their thing. You know, people try and create a narrative on social media that there's podcast wars. You know, everybody's just doing their thing. We're all Celtic fans. It's not about that. And I think the AXOM Charity Weekender last year and this year has proven that we're all just Celtic fans, you know, and we're doing something that has to be done for St Mary's. Tim Billy, great Celtic chat all day. Fantastic. Thank you very much. San Fran Celtic. I could run through every single one of these. Thanks, everybody, for getting involved. And I just think that, you know, tomorrow, if we get up to the 20 grand mark, it's a life-changing kind of figure for most of us. And I'll tell you, it's going to be a life-changing figure for the people involved. Down at St Mary's, that's where the foundation of this club lies. You know, the Anne Gorta Moore Memorial stands at St Mary's. The mosaic is in there as soon as you walk in. You go into the chapel and there's a Peterhausen original of Brother Walfrid, you know, looking back to the Great Hunger, which led to many of our ancestors coming over to Scotland and elsewhere. And that is what the real Celtic community is all about. It's about community, it's about culture, it's about politics, and it's about football and a shared ideology. And that's, I think, what we've shown today is that we all have that shared ideology for one common goal. And thank you, every single one of you. I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Thank you for supporting a Celtic state of mind.